Okay, hello. Hello Richard, Eyes, and Brinklesome. And Brinklesome, thank you very much for resubscribing for 15 months now. Thank you very much. Sorry it took me a bit longer than usual to set up today. I'm still kind of waking up a little bit, but hopefully we can make some nice progress today. Actually, it's almost noon here, huh? This won't be like a super long stream, but yeah, hopefully we can at least make some progress. Okay, I hope you guys can see the game now. I'm kind of glitching out a lot. Why am I glitching out? Can you see and hear the game okay? I hope. Alright, well, let's get started. A hero in the making. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Yida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in doing so. In so doing, I should say. Yes, it is indeed my kitty who has just woken up, but also... Hello there. I will pet the kitty while I try to read this. You have achieved a great deal in a short time and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Roku, or rather, you have guests. And my guest is apparently my cat Haru. Hi there. Hello. She's screaming to sit in my lap, so I'm gonna pick her up and put her here for a minute. There you go. Now I'll pet the kitty. Calm down. Everything's okay. Okay. Beg pardons. It's funny how they find, like, our secret organization with no problem. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I guess she told a few of the officers where they lived. I'm given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. Nice hat. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Roku, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. You want one of those hats too? Actually, I think we can get those hats, if we rank up enough within the Grand Companies, if I recall correctly. I find myself wondering how word of Roku's deeds spread so quickly. That the mortal flames would know of his triumph is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Eep! Aha, it's your doing. Your reputation precedes you, Master Avata. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswit. Now, I think we do want to do this quest earlier than I was thinking, because I think this is the only way to get a mount, unless they've streamlined that as well. So we might want to hurry up and do this, come to think of it. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Avata. My comrades speak of you in most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs in the mortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It's only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa to the shores of glory. Do I pick now or do I do quests first? I forget. Lady Minfilia. Probably quests first. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. I think we do quests because, like, this is how we re-meet Alphino, and like they badmouth all of the city-states and stuff, which is weird. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Mortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You'll be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you'll be furnished with various rewards. Ow, stop digging your claws into my leg, Haru, please. Sorry. You'll be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you're agonizing over which Grand Companies best deserve your royalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I can see that it's no small choice you face. I wonder why cats need when they like get really comfortable. You know, like with their paws, the way you knead dough when cooking. Except cats have claws, so when they knead, they kind of like jab their claws into you. They happen to be in your lap. Anyway, a thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Roku hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. The leading theory is that it's the same thing they used to simulate milk production. Ah, I see. And their behavior remains because it's comfortable? That makes sense. Or comforting. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of rewards is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Roku, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. With great power comes a great hat, apparently. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow you to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Roku, and you have the power to help shape it anew. For those who don't know, a link pearl is basically like a chat network, I guess. Or more of a cell phone network, I guess. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Okay, and when they send us to Gridania, I will continue my class quest, because that is my goal for the day, since I think we're high enough level to get White Mage. Unless we need a certain amount of story progress before we can get White Mage, in which case we will stop right before we get White Mage, maybe? That's weird. I could have sworn there would be a Minder in this area, but I guess not. Or maybe it's unlocked even later in the game? I'm not sure. But for now, let us move on. Okay. Hello there. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Roku. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Should be one outside. Oh, yeah, that's true. I see it. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services. That's convenient for us. And Elder Seed Seeker Connie Senna will deliver her address at Keto's amphitheater. It should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that. Okay, hello random Magitech armor that just busts through the door. Still, there's not much more we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ada, where Flame General Raban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Luminza, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merylwib Bloefswin will be giving her address. Meow, yes, and Haru's going to give her address first, of course. Of course, Haru, go ahead and give your address. I know you just jumped off of my lap and then started screaming because you weren't on my lap anymore. It's funny how logic works that way. It's okay, you can come back when you're ready, Haru. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Zonthale, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order. Though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Does that mean that they made it so that I can do them in any order? Okay, okay. Hi, Haru. Wait, let's... Well, I'm thinking of it. Let's go repair right now. And actually, which quest is here? What is this? Seeds of Change? Oh, okay. That's not super important to us right now, so that can wait. Let's go ahead. Oh, never mind. I already repaired, apparently. Go back to Gridania. Grab some water while we're teleporting. Gotta hydrate. Okay, Haru, you here. I'll just pick you up and put you in my lap at this point, since you don't want to get on yourself, but are just gonna scream at me until I let you. Okay, there you go. There you go. What? Why are you screaming more now? Okay. Let's go to the Conjurers Guild first. Okay, relax, Haru. Relax. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna have some nice, comfy Final Fantasy today. Go ahead and relax. Oh good, okay. The next quest is indeed ready for us. So let's go grab that. This is a pretty cool room, come to think of it. Very lovely. Like mother, like daughter. Brother Isumion requires your Excuse me, sorry. Guess I need more water. Requires your assistance in a matter concerning the young conjurer Sylphie. Welcome, Roku. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Silglade Fane. I mean, it's not that cloistered, it's in the middle of the city. Well, the outskirts of the city, but still. Glad I am to have you come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another type of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. No, of course not. Thus I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Buscarin's Druthers, I think that's that bar, and speak to Wolfie. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. You got it, but first we're doing the amphitheater thing before I forget about that. Actually, I wonder if I should do the South Shroud stuff when I get there in the story, since that's so far off. But no, I probably want to get White Mage as soon as I can, because I believe it is a large stat boost, and now that you can't cross-class skills, I think there's much less reason to not promote to White Mage when you can. Plus I can get a mount, although I think I have to do the Grand Company stuff to get a mount.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Can you hear the voices okay? Or do I need to adjust the volume?
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago.
And yeah, I think you're right. They definitely made it a lot more convenient with that, now that I don't have to like train up Black Mage, for example, to get Swift Cast and all of that good stuff. Now you can just level up your main class and you get all the skills. Although it used to be restricted to 5 of the role skills. Is it 10 now? Or however many it is now? You used to have to pick and choose, but you might not have to anymore.
Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood.
Watching me play thus far, it feels like a lot of investment to actually get into the game. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, I am taking my time to read all of the cutscenes out loud, and that's slowing down the process a lot. But I mean, it is basically a full RPG. You can like skip all the cutscenes and make a lot of progress quickly, but then you miss out on the story, and the story is for the most part worth listening to, I think. So I can't really recommend that, but at the same time, if you've already seen me play the cutscenes, you could probably catch up very quickly.
When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
Oh, you mean character building weapons and skills and such? they've simplified it quite a lot at this point, so that you don't have to worry about that as much as you used to have to. So it's definitely a lot easier now than it used to be. You don't have to worry about raising multiple classes and cross-classing the right skills for the right fight or anything. And for the most part, there tend to be only like maybe 2 to 3 weapons or pieces of gear that are even viable for the same slot later on. So while there is some best in slot stuff, it's not super important unless you really want to get like top end rating, pretty much. For the most part, you can just toss on whatever piece of gear has the highest item level, and just put whatever material you want in it, and you're pretty much good for anything other than raiding, I think. At least that's how it was a few years ago when I played more regularly. These days that might have changed, but probably not, I would guess. But feel free to confirm that. So they simplified it a lot. It's not like you don't have any choice at all, but mostly it's going to come down to player skill rather than worrying about having the perfect stats and everything. In fact, I think they even, you used to be able to assign points to like mind, vitality, intelligence, stuff like that as you leveled up, but I don't think that's even a thing anymore because I don't seem to have skill points to even place. So I think it comes more down to like how you play the class than how you build yourself these days. And hi Spanner, yes, I will hydrate.
"5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action.
Hi Jam Blue Jam, how are you today?
I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest. For the elementals!
Oh, I kind of expected her to say something else before wandering off like that, since that cutscene kind of lingered. But alright. No, maybe there is more to this.
If you'll permit me, Alfie, no.
Pleased to meet you. Although you were in the opening cutscene for this game.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
Pleased to meet you also.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being a naturally warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful by nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned their primal Ramu. Or Ramu. I'm okay, I'm just a little bit sleepy. I tried starting a bit earlier than normal today. And will probably end earlier than normal today. But for the most part, I'm doing alright, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they considered open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. Hi Death Metal, it is going okay, although I realize that I have like 200 hours to go, so I'm gonna try to be more regular. Plus I want to play other games too on top of this, so I definitely have to stream more often if I'm gonna make any progress in anything. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet, how long will it take? Centuries, I'd wager. That is some quest? Yeah, I mean, it's basically 4 full-length RPGs back to back, plus grinding. But maybe most of the grinding's been cut out. I don't know. We'll see. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gradanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seed Seer's words fell on fertile ground. Goodbye until we meet again, which will probably be in whichever city-state we visit next. Gridania really is very lovely. I kind of like it here. I would not mind making it my home. Look at that waterfall. That's very pretty. Plus they have all kinds of like Eldritch monstrosities, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we want to somehow get to South Shroud. I don't think I have the teleporter there, do I? Do I have the South Shroud? Oh, I did! Okay, I thought ahead. Hey, alright. It's still a bit out of the way, but hey, at least we can get going here more quickly than expected, so that's a good sign. Let's see. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a shorter stream this morning in order to spare my voice some, because this is still a lot of reading. And then I will possibly, if I recover enough this afternoon, I might do another stream of another game that isn't Final Fantasy XIV for once. Shocking, I know, considering the last month or so I've played pretty much nothing but this game. But that depends how much energy I have and such, so we'll see about that. No promises, but I'm considering it as a possibility. So we'll see. Water, where'd I put the water? Okay. And hey, perfect timing, we're already here. We meet again, Roku. I assume Brother Isumi warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of this extensive blight, what? Oh, Mo, thank you very much for hosting. I appreciate that. How are you this morning? I hope you got a good night's sleep last night. It won't last much longer. Meteor is right behind your shoulder. Fair enough. What's up with my eyes? I probably looked away from the camera to figure out what that ding was. The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill discordant voices of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered treant. I suggest you give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering about this part of the Twelveswood. It seemed that her mother, a woman who healed with conjury but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylphie herself had her head buried in some manner of tome, but if she is as sensitive to the elemental's murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out in any moment. Okay, and that is where? Where is she? Oh, okay. It is this one. I don't know why it changed colors here. Wait, what? Oh, there she is. Okay. Wasted a sprint, but that's okay. Roku! Ah, I should have known that Wolfie would tattle on me. And Brother Isumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know? Right up until she passed on. Folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes focused when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse their power that's not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. Ah, I've never heard the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wolfie, and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. I guess she's not going to listen to reason, so we're gonna chase after her. Maybe I should have gotten the mount first. There's quite a bit more running to this than I was expecting. Maybe after this quest I'll go and get a mount. Oh, I see what you mean about meteor right over my shoulders. I forgot that I'd summoned that for the purposes of demonstrating what the Dalamud looks like when I was doing lore stuff. Oh, I'm actually low enough level that enemies are attacking me. That's unexpected. That's okay. Just gonna go do this. Ah, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. Okay. It's gonna level sync us down anyway, so I guess it's fine that we're doing this now. Purify the corrupted earth. Mud pie. Okay. How much does it expect us to heal during this? I'm gonna assume that it wants us to heal because it's a conjure quest. Oh, good morning, Oxide. Still in bed? That's fine. I hope that you slept well last night. Unfortunately, they still don't count as my party members, which is kind of annoying because like most of my skills will work on them. Something spawned. Okay. Oh. Stop standing in it! Stop standing in it! What? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oops. That's not good. Gotta heal then. I assume. On the plus side, they seem to be making quick work of the enemies, so I can focus more on healing, I think? I don't know. Please, like... Maybe they are going to help heal. Oh no, okay. The elementals are helping. Okay, gotcha. No? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Their HP pools are going like all over the place. I think I'm getting help with the healing, but I don't know if the game wants me to help heal or focus on attacking. That's one complaint I have about these healer quests. It's very unclear what they want you to do most of the time. Hello, Ghost. How are you doing today? Sorry if it's a bit hard to check chat during these quests. But I think we've pretty much gotten this one under control. Yeah. Yeah, time to teach the creatures a lesson. Okay. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for conjurers to borrow the power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. Are you okay? There are a few things I might need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Okay, and they want me to head back there already. You know what, let's go ahead and do that while I have return up. Since it takes 15 minutes to recharge, I might as well use it now while I'm thinking about it. Grab some water in the meantime. Yeah, people just fighting stuff in the distance. They seem to have it under control though. They didn't take much damage, so that's good. What is this for? Broadening horizons. What is this? Tayomoi would grant you passage through the White Wolf Gate. Okay, actually, let's take a slight detour and do this, because this is probably simple. Roku, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. This will open up a shortcut for us, so we want to do this. You have served Gridania well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this passage and show it to Franchimonito, the gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I am sure that any news of your deeds will reach me again before long. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a very simple quest. All we have to do is talk to the guy and we get a shortcut. That is very simple. Let's see, and it is right down this path. Unfortunately, there's no ether to this place, but I believe it does open in an ether teleport, I think. I might be a bit rusty on this, but only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. Yep. You have papers? Let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, Roku. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. Okay, and what should we grab? We want the mind. Yes, mind and piety. Actually, is piety even a thing anymore? I thought that they said they were cutting that out of the game. Oh, actually it doesn't matter because the one we have is way better, I think. Let me double check that. I don't have any better gear at this point. I do not. Okay. Well, actually, is this better? Nope. Alright. Well, that's fine then. They start you with pretty good gear these days, I guess. But that's fine. We can... It saves us the time of worrying about swapping gear for the moment. Though I believe they stop giving you as much free gear once you become a White Mage. At least until you do the quest for the... What do they call it? Artifact gear or whatever? Then I get a lot of nice free gear again. But that's much higher level. so I kind of have to deal with my own gear for a while. Oops, wrong person. Welcome back, Roku, and you too, Sylphie. Brother Isumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Roku. He showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I mean, nature totally destroyed all those monsters, so you should at least respect it. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylphie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad am I to hear that, for I must ask you one more question. Yes, Brother Isumi? When you first witnessed Roku cleanse the corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I'm sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from it its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. But you describe all the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Of course, much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud, Roku. I assume from the reports I have received that it was a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity affects the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Roku, Sylphie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourself over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Alright, we are going to get a better weapon apparently. Much better weapon. Very good improvement. Good thing we did this quest. Looks like the silver spectacles are our best increase though, so I'm going to go for those. Okay. Which is surprising, considering it's like, oh, never mind, that's why I forgot to equip the hat. That explains a lot. Sometimes I don't notice when I win gear because people take a while to roll on it. But that's okay, let's see. And we should be able to use a shield with that too. So yeah, our stats should go way up now. And we'll grab the next quest too. Brother Isumion would have you investigate the creeping corruption which threatens the Twelveswood, and this is in nature's embrace. Ah, Roku, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It would be found swiftly lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigate. Guildmaster, you must let me help. Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying in the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hero Nolanel's lectures. The Twelve's Wood is crying out in pain. My skills are a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So, I'm to stay here then? Not necessarily. Roku, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjury will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Roku at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm you in your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me that we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Roku. And hurry, the corruption is spreading. Okay. My gear is kind of bad for this quest, but I'm gonna attempt it anyway. I might be biting off more than I can chew with this, but possibly it's fine. And it would be nice to get out of the way and become a White Mage as soon as possible. So we'll see, we'll see. Always give a single nod whenever a task is given. That is very true. Just like that. Okay. What quest is this? Oh, leaves. Okay, we don't need that right now. That quest can wait. For those who don't know, the blue quests unlock things, and the brown quests are just normal quests, I guess. You're gonna give one of those stoic nods, aren't you? Actual in-game dialogue. I forget which quest that was from, but that does sound familiar. Okay, actually this is quite easy. It's only level 20. No, there must be more to this. Actually, I think there's a boss at the end of this probably, since it's the level 30 quest. Hello, Vegeta. The instructor remembers you when you took the class, Oh wow, from way back then? I'll read the rest of what you said in just a second. That was brilliant, Roku, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north? No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. They gave you the paperwork that said you completed the class this year and excused you from the class? Oh, nice. It's too bad you still had to go there in person, but it was very nice of them to excuse you at least. And you have only one more errand to go and then you can enjoy the day? That's great. I am having a pretty good day so far, although I'm a little bit sleepy. I did sleep better than normal. And I hope the rest of your day will also go quite well. Uh-oh. Let's deal with the lookout first, I guess. that we can knock them away. Never mind, you can't knock those away. Didn't mean to pull that one, but oh well. Thought we were far enough away, but I guess not. They stunned me. That's okay, we're far enough away now. And yeah, I hope your remaining errand goes well, Vegeta. There we go, that's simple enough. Let's try not to pull the attention of that other red belly. You're doing really well, Roku, but I think there's another one. And well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yeah, to the east. It's fine, it's fine. They can attack me all they want, I no longer need to be in this area. And move on to the next quest. Which is probably hidden behind that rock. Oh, no. There it is, it's behind that tree. That was close. It's interesting that these are only level 20 though, considering this is a level 30 quest. I guess they want you to breeze through this part so you get to the main fight quickly enough. There we go. Nice work. The earth here feels healed. And yet... there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Isumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here, somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? My throat is getting a little bit tired, but I think I will try to do a little bit more. So let's try to finish this up while I'm here in the area. Though I don't remember how long this quest is. I assume it's not too bad, although my gear is kind of bad, so we'll see. We'll give it a shot anyway. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Roku? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. I mean, I don't see anything, there was just a leaf that fell. I assume it's probably where we're supposed to be looking. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less... well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Maybe that means I can take it if it's so weak that it will hide from us. Do you see that? Just in that one spot there. The air seems wrong. Ah! Okay, or maybe it's wrong. It's not like it's the final boss of the Conjurer arc. Oh wait, it is. But that's okay, guys. I'm sure we can take it even though our gear is 10 levels out of date or whatever. The creature is a void scent. I've heard Brother Isumi speak of them. Be careful, Roku. You'll be paralyzed if you meet its gaze. I'm not sure how this part goes. Oh, the Earth Sprite is regenerating it. I kind of thought its health was going down too quickly. It's drawing power from the corruption. We have to cleanse the disturbance first. That's okay, I can just step out of that. It's not that big of a deal. Now, do I heal myself or does she heal me? Probably she heals me. Never mind, my life is kind of falling at a faster rate than I would like. Okay, so there's some imps here to deal with, so I'm going to grab them. The corruption attracts the worst kinds of monsters. I'm gonna try pulling them away from Sylphie because they seem to be doing AoE blizzards. They keep canceling my spells because they're doing so much damage. That's not good. But hey, we got one of them down. That must be her arrow on it, I guess. Okay. Maybe I should have gotten better armor before doing this quest. Oop, considering how much damage they're doing to me, but yeah, it's probably fine. Oh, I see another Earth Sprite, which for some reason didn't show up on my hate list, which basically shows all the enemies that I have hate for, which is like in MIDI, I don't know how to say it. Basically, you know what? I'll explain it after the fight, I guess. Basically, it didn't show up on my enemies list for some reason. But that's okay, we got it, and now we can finish the fight. Yeah! Even though our gear is trash, we still did it. Oh, it's just going to the bank? Well, good luck. Your roommate is late, though? Oh, no. Well, I hope that they don't make you wait too much longer. Hi, Shira. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Isn't it amazing, Roku? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. Aw, that's good. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. We did it, guys. We completed her story arc and beat the final boss of the Conjurer questline. And I have you to thank for that, Roku. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. We did it, guys. We made progress in the game. Sylphie does realize that you just finished banishing a creature from the void. I'm sure she does. Hello, John. How are you? We want to return. Yes. See, guys, it's taken quite a while, but we have made progress in this game. I just have to do like 100 to 200 more Final Fantasy XIV streams, and then we'll be all caught up. But don't worry, I will be swapping in other games too. You're good? That's good. I am also doing pretty well today, although I'm a bit sleepy, but I actually managed to sleep pretty decently. Although my throat is still a bit raspy, so I should get some water now. but I'm thinking what I will do is I will end this stream somewhat early, and then tonight I will possibly do another short stream to give me a chance to rest, but I won't promise that. It depends how much energy I have. Welcome back, Roku, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. White, I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Hey, we did well, come on. Well, the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Roku's fault, it's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for all your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akuman, I guess that's some ancient evil, had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I'm not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. Yes, how did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Roku, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. Ah, but we must not forget your part in this, Roku. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you closer, still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for my last teachings. Thus it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. Oh, I didn't remember that this is how we got Cure 2. At least I assume it's Cure 2 that we're learning. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Is it Cure 2? Hey, nice, it is indeed Cure 2. And what should we get? Let's go for the body piece. That is pretty strong. Can I even equip that at my level? They gave me equipment one level higher than I am, I think, unless I level up from this. Yeah, Cure 2. I cannot equip it yet. Oh well, that's okay. I think I want it there. We'll see how my muscle memory goes. Unicorn power. Braya has need of a benevolent adventurer to tend a wounded beast. Doesn't look like I can get White Mage yet, after all. I guess I have to progress with the game. Your deeds of late have earned you the respect of all at Stillglade Fane. People say you are a breath of fresh air within these still caverns. Truly, you are an inspiration to us all. Having plied you with praise, I would make a request of you. An unusual creature has appeared near a fall-ground float in the North Shroud. Witnesses report that it is badly wounded. While it hasn't proven itself a danger to the locals, a wounded beast is unpredictable at the best of times. Please find it and provide it with such succor as you are able. Yes, Eyes, you're right, but I'm unless they changed it, I'm pretty sure I got a quest from him that sent me to her first, before she became the new quest giver. So I think that I can't do that yet. I'm not 100% sure about that. For now, I will... You don't think that happens for jobs? Maybe. I can't remember for sure. I'll try progressing the story a little bit, and then if it still doesn't unlock, then I'll go there. I don't believe that I get any new spells, although, well, it would be useful if I got new... If I got the job crystal, because I think that raises my stats a lot. I'm not sure. And hello, Mako Bravo. I hope you're having a good day so far. But for now, I will progress. Actually, let me... During this cutscene, I will bring up a list of main scenario quests and double check that.
Behold, 'tis Tanananimo herself!
And Barn as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Brauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold.
It does seem like job quests are unlocked after I finish the quest self-management according to the Wikipedia, unless that changes. Unless that's changed since this article was written anyway.
Where the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard.
Hey, I ran into Alphanode again. What a coincidence.
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
I like how he just
Yet
trash talks
many
them all.
left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act.
How can he like say these things about the nation like right in front of her? Look at how sad she looks. She's the Sultana, in case anyone doesn't remember that or wasn't here for that quest.
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
That's true, but there are a lot of greedy people in Ul'dah, so I don't know how many are gonna go along with his plan.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raoban?
I forgot he does that.
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah.
I mean, the Hildebrand family counts, right? Right, Ice? Oh yeah, we gotta do the Hildebrand quests. I can't wait for that. I think those unlock at like level 50 though, so we have a long way to go.
Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived.
She's right, the true wealth is the friends we made along the way and all that good stuff.
For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Yeah!
Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
You know, I really do like Raoban and Nanamo, but I'm not a big fan of Ul'dah in general, as a whole, because I kind of feel like too many of them go against
Fancy meeting you
their
again.
what they want. Yeah, what a coincidence that we'd run into you here. The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Malja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Yeah, Uldah's government is indeed complicated, and yeah, even though they're good people, there are a lot of bad people there too, who wield quite a lot of power within the government, and definitely are going to not let her do whatever she wants, even though she's the Sultana. So, especially since it's in the middle of the desert, which isn't a biome I really like, I probably will not be going with Ul'dah as my first choice. I think in one of my games I ended up switching there because at some point I wanted to try to get all of the minions from each of the grand companies, and then was too lazy to finish that quest, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna go with Ul'dah this time. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Malja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency, and like I said, even though we killed him once, we're gonna have to fight him again and again and again. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Mortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. And with that, they walk off. Yeah, significant part of their government, you're correct. It is literally called the Syndicate, which, as far as RPG tropes go, is probably usually a name they would not give to the happiest organization. Anyway, my throat is getting a bit raspy. I'm gonna try to refill my water bottle and be right back, but I may or may not call it here when I get back. Feel free to suggest whatever topics or whatever you want to talk about while I'm away, and I'll be back in a few minutes. I may or may not continue though. Okay. Hello, test. Alright, I got my water. I might as well do the next part of this quest, since it's gonna be voiced, so I don't have to worry about it killing my throat. We'll do a bit more. But after that, I'm not sure. No promises. Like I said, I am going to try to possibly, no promises, but maybe do another stream, later today, much later today, once I've had a chance to rest some. So I don't want to totally kill my throat, in hopes of doing that quest, but, we'll see. See, I think I want to go this way. Yes. Okay. As long as I don't try to pronounce her name. Fair enough. Here to attend the remembrance services? Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. How convenient that we arrived just at the perfect time to hear it. Just my chair, son.
Aliens are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the shed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
You think she's up to something?
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
Oh, it's supposed to represent blood? I'd totally forgotten that part. When does pirates do anything suspicious?
When the Gallian Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
He really does badmouth like every single Grand Company, doesn't he?
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries? Shall we not do again? Yet those who would see this ship of ink beneath the waves of Sless Rotano.
Almost too formal and elegant if she's a captain of the pirates. I think she's retired from being a pirate, if I understand correctly, or remember correctly.
The Sahag in Copper Shore seeking blood for a cursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Gallian Empire.
She does still think of herself as a pirate, and yeah, this doesn't have the same government drama as Ul'dah. I'm probably still gonna go with Gridania, I think.
Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port.
Yeah, Gridania is less morally complicated. They seem to be trying to get along with their beast tribes for the most part, like with the Sylphs. Whereas Limsa, I believe most of their problems with the beast tribes is because they're trying to steal their territory and such, without regard for what the beast tribes want or trying to become friends with them. So yeah, it does seem Gridania's more morally right, I guess. Although I'm sure it's still complicated in its own way, but you know. Plus they have all kinds of cool like elder beasts underground and, you know, stuff like that.
We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men.
Yeah, the Ixal are from, aren't they from Kurthus to begin with, and they're invading Gridania? I think that's right.
To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Ultimately, our choice doesn't really matter, though, if I recall correctly. It's mostly for convenience for which location we go to.
You again.
Basically, it's where we just drop off our goods, our tickets or whatever they're called. Our Grand Company seals, that's it. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Minzen's backyard. And that is to say naught of the eternal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, which is not a thing I remember being part of the story, but I guess I'll take their word for it. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominzans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. As if we could actually end it once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like yourself be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Ultimately, it just boils down to how far it is from the city's Aetheryte, and probably which city I visit the most frequently. It would make sense if I picked Limsa then, because I usually set that as my free teleport because of how expensive it is to get there, but ultimately it doesn't really matter, so I'll probably just go with Gridania. Roku, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance services have now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence! Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here in the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. So basically they just stood there this entire time? Well, I feel bad for making them wait so long then. Okay, let's head back to the Waking Sands then. Whoops, that was not the right button. These are really convenient. If it wasn't for these tokens, we'd have to run all the way back to Vesper Bay every single time. They're just standing in the solar staring at her. No wonder she wants me to hurry back. Of course, the teleporter puts me way over here instead of like in front of the Waking Sands, so we still have to walk pretty far. What was that for? What's this quest? Halatali, actually we should get that one. Hello, Halatali. Nedrick of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn has some useful information he wishes to share. Hail there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance, and you, my friend, look to me an adventurer in need of a challenge. I happen to know just the place that will offer it to you. Tucked away in a corner of eastern Thanalan lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years past as a training ground for gladiators. The calamity laid ruin to it, though, and it did most things. Now, Halatali is a shadow of its former self, but in the dark of that shadow lurks wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there is no place finer than Halatali to test your skills and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the flames who oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafa Joni near the entryway. We do want to take that quest because it's our first optional dungeon, and I think it is important to the Grand Company progression, which will help us like get mounts and stuff, so I do want to make sure to take that quest. Okay, but for now we finally return to the solar. I forget if I took this quest this morning or last night. Oh good, they're not just staring at her, they're just like lurking beyond her shoulder. Welcome back, Roku. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is behest with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Roku. I mean, there are 4 of me now on various servers, I think 4. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Alright, another quest is done. Though we are only doing like 2 to 3 quests a day at this rate.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
They're the grandchildren of Louisoix, the guy who gave his... well, the big mage guy who fought the dragon in the Calamity, if you remember that cutscene.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
I wonder if we'll see her
we are to
again.
escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
I can't remember if we see her before Coil or... Okay, so I guess we pick now. Ah, I take it the Elder Seeds here's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? Yep. You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seeds here will be overjoyed. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to the Adder's Nest. Really? They're giving me paint? Yellow dye? The company you keep, Twin Adder. The Twin Adder recruitment officer seems eager to welcome you to the Gridania's Grand Company. Okay. I dare say you know it well from your wanderings in New Gridania. Give your name to the personnel officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you brother. You don't think so? It's a very long time before she's back in main scenario. Yeah, I think it's Heaven's Ward, which means the next time we'll see her is Coil, I think. Assuming we do that first. And good job with your errands, Vegeta. Enjoy your brunch or lunch or whatever. No, I also think you're right, Eyes, unless we see her mentioned briefly. That seems to be the case. Let's see, okay. And while we are here, we're gonna... what is this? The house that Death built. Oh! We can open that already? I thought we had to do a different quest for that. Hello, Arctic Snail. Hold on. I do not, in fact, identify as a television. You are come to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. My name is Roku Avata. I believe you are expecting me. Ah, the great adventurer himself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you are on your way. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks, friend. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir. What is it? Report. An urgent message from the Amarisex's spire, sir. A Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of the 9 Ivies. 9 Ivies? This could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield dealing with the Ixal. As usual, apparently. So it's up to us, I guess. Roku, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to the Garlean occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of Nine Ivies, locate the airship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Alright. Greetings, my name is Roku Avata. I represent the Turnip clan. Okay, so they aren't actually gonna let me join yet, apparently. But that quest kind of takes a while, and we're at about 2 hours. So I think this is a good time to run the credits, which I once again forgot to prepare. But yeah, let me stall for time a little bit here. But yeah, hey, at least we made progress. We may not have unlocked the White Mage quest because I forgot we had to progress in the main scenario first. But hey, at least we finished the Conjurer quests. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for coming and keeping me company today. I am gonna try to do short streams more regularly, of course. Osq and Oxide, thank you very much for moderating. Brinklestum, thank you very much for resubscribing. And Mo, thank you for hosting. And now we're gonna go look for somebody to raid. And I may or may not come back this afternoon or evening to play another game that isn't Final Fantasy XIV for once. So let us see here who is around to raid. Let's see, I believe I've raided all of these people quite a lot recently. Or no, that's not quite a lot, but I have raided them recently, so I don't know. I guess let's go with this person since they play Final Fantasy XIV a lot. They've been streaming a while, but probably they'll keep going because they usually stream long. I don't know. But we're gonna go raid now, okay? So be sure to be nice to them. Yeah, Pending doesn't usually stream on Tuesdays because of his work, so it is too soon for Pending. And I guess Mo is not starting yet either. So we're gonna go raid this other person. So once again, thank you so much for keeping me company during my quest, and I hope you will enjoy my 1 to 200 streams of this game, apparently. But yeah, alright. So have a good day or night, everybody, and I may or may not see you in a bunch of hours, depending on how tired I am. For now, I'm happy that I made it to the 2-hour mark. And then anyway, bye bye. Bye bye.